there, it's Amanda here from Lolli Lulu Crafts, and today we're going to make a couple of Christmas cards. Now these are cards that can easily be made as repeats. You can see I've actually got a pack of 5 snowmen here, so I could easily have made 5 cards if I wanted to, but I decided just for the purposes of the video I would do 2. So I hope you enjoy, so let's get crafting. So first of all, I cut out some cream cardstock to the measurements as I'm going to show you on the screen, and I cut out 2 sets because obviously I'm making 2 cards, and then I also cut the gold mirror card just slightly bigger, so I had a nice little border around my cream cardstock. So I'm just going to use some wet glue because the mirror card is like a coated cardstock, so it tends to be quite sort of slippery. So initially when you put the wet glue on, it does move around, which is good because you can get it into position, but if you use some other glue, sometimes it doesn't always stick as strongly. So I just find that ultimately the wet glue is better, even though it takes a bit longer to dry. But as I said, it also gives you the advantage that you can kind of move it around. So I stuck both the same way. I didn't think it was necessary to show you both of them. And as you can see, I'm too impatient to wait, so it's still a little bit wet, so I just need to be a bit careful. And again, I'm using the same wet glue. This is just some Hunky Dory, I think. I just grabbed a pot that I had. And you'll notice that I don't go quite to the edges because, again, when you push down with the wet glue, particularly this particular type where it's quite runny, if you're not careful it will kind of squelch out the edges. So you'll find that if you push it down, it will go to the edges enough for you for it to be stuck, so that's not a problem. The card bases, by the way, are Anna Griffin. They came as part of a set that had all different sort of foiled patterned cards in them, and I can't remember if they had non-foiled in or not. I had them for such a long time, it's part of my stash, but I'm sure you can easily find foiled cardstock and fold it, or you can put a piece on the front with a foiled paper to create the same look. So again, here I'm just using the wet glue to stick those little pieces down in the middle. Now normally I would have put whatever it is that I was going to do on the cardstock, the white centerpiece, before I stuck it down in case it all went wrong. But however, the little snowmen obviously are quite heavy, and to stick that down after you've stuck them to the front of the little white squares would be quite difficult. Now this is where it all went a bit awry with the camera, because my camera, unbeknownst to me, decided to stop working. It ran out of battery. But all I've done is basically stuck the snowman down using a hot glue gun. So I just used a lot of glue in that, and then I put this ribbon down. I just cut it to size. I put the hot glue under where the red would be for the gold and just stuck that down, and then I did on the back of the red grosgrain ribbon and stuck that over where you could sort of see through the glue, and that covered that up. Then I took these sentiments. Again, I've got a load of sentiments sheets from Hunky Dory. I think they come in like kits and things back in the day. Again, this is all kind of stuff from the stash. I'm trying deliberately to use stuff from stash. You guys can, I'm sure, easily find stuff that you can use that will create a similar look if you like the cards. So it's really just to do stuff that we don't have to keep buying things if possible. Now I had the hot glue gun out, so I made use of it to stick the sentiment tag down. It's like a quite heavy cardstock. I didn't have 2 the same colour, so I just went for 2 sort of that would go with it. I didn't think it mattered. It's not likely that you're going to be sending it to the same family or household, so I didn't think it really mattered that they were different colours. And I thought the gold went and also the cream went, so I thought it was quite nice anyway. You'll notice I also stuck one little gold, it's almost like a metal sort of stud, sort of gem, for want of a better word. Really effective. I really liked it. It went really well. I've put one down at the moment, and I did that there now because it helps me position my sentiment. Because of the design of it, you want the point obviously to line up with your little gem, for again a stud gem, whatever you want to call it. And again, I think actually the hot glue, sort of in hindsight, probably worked really well for this, because although it isn't really necessary for this, you could use normal wet glue. I think it worked really well because there was a lot of sort of different levels with the ribbon and stuff, and so it meant that it's going to stay put. It's going to be really strong. You're not going to need very much. You literally can just put a bit of the hot glue in the center where it's going to touch that red ribbon, and it will stay put. Whereas perhaps with some of the other glues, you might need to put a little bit extra sort of top and bottom in order to stick it with the depth. But then I just added 2 more studs on the other side to create your threes, and you can see the 3-dimensional look of our snowman. I didn't do anything on the inside, which is not really usual for me, but I'm thinking for Christmas cards you're wanting something quite speedy, quite quick. I think this was quite a quick card. I mean, even though you kind of didn't see me sticking the ribbons and stuff down, again, you're just quickly putting a blob of hot glue down on the back of the ribbon, on the back of the snowman, and sticking it down. Hot glue sticks really quickly, so I mean, you missed probably less than a minute almost. So that's a really quick and easy set of cards for Christmas. I hope you have enjoyed making these with me. Don't forget to go on across to the blog post if you want to see photos, etc. And also, I would love it if you enjoyed the video, if you could like and subscribe, because most of you that watch are not subscribed. So please do subscribe, or make sure that you still are if you think you are, because YouTube have been unsubscribing people lately. So do double check on that as well. Thanks again, and I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.